portion of the valley, but we are starting to dry out. We will keep the clouds from time to time. A few light showers to the east side of Tulare County, up into the foothills of Three Rivers, out towards Springville. It kind of transitioned to some rain and snow, kind of a mix towards 4,000 feet. That was the case for most of the morning in our local bounds. Still some snow flurries towards Shaver, Huntington Lake, Yosemite National Park. A few light sprinkles out towards Mariposa. Speaking of Yosemite, live picture this morning from Ahwahnee Meadow inside the national park. Certainly nice to see this. Yosemite Valley covered in snow. Then obviously the national park half dome covered in snow. There was a little bit more snow in the trees this morning, but with a little bit of sunshine. Even though it's cold up there, it is melting the snow just a little bit. Here's China Peak this morning. Live picture from the resort's webcam. This is at the top of the summit. To be more specific, Chair 1, all that snow is mainly from yesterday. The resort is reporting close to 4 feet of snow. And of course, from Sunday to Monday, they picked up a couple inches and of course a couple inches last week. So probably coming up at least on 4.5 feet, maybe even more than that over the past several days. Here's what it looks like at the base, at the bottom of the hill. When we showed you this back on Tuesday, it was covered in mud because it was raining at that point. Now it's covered in snow, and it looks like it'll stay cold enough, at least for this year, to hold on that for the next few days. And you can see a little bit of sunshine from our valley cam. Live picture from our valley cam at Sunmade in northwest Fresno. You see some blue skies off in the distance and some cloud cover. This is starting to head off to the east there, so that's why there's still a few showers and snow flurries possible in the Sierra throughout the afternoon. But that cold air is going to settle in for the next day or two, and it's going to clear skies for tonight. So either you're going to deal with some fog or some frost tomorrow morning, and Futurecast shows clear skies for the most part for tonight, and those freezing temperatures could create a few areas of frost in the morning hours. And then we got some clouds moving in on Friday. That might help us out a little bit of the fog if it moves in the overnight hours, but it looks like it wants to arrive towards sunrise, usually when we see the frost at its worst or the fog at its dense. And we saw a little bit of that towards Merced this morning, but visibility now for most of the valley is at 10 miles, and we are in the 50s, low to mid 50s for most areas, and our highs today will be in the upper 50s to low 60s. Some spots that have a little bit of sunshine are warmer now compared to this time yesterday. Others still dealing with some cloud cover. Porterville, much cooler compared to 24 hours ago. 58 in Fresno, average is 68, so we're still well below average for high temperatures, but overnight lows pretty much on track, mid to upper 40s across the Central Valley. And today's record 85 set back in 1956. South Valley temperatures for today, again, if you get enough sunshine, you might make it into the 60s. Tulare at 60 today, 57 in Pixley, 60 in Lemoore, 58 in Selma. Still in the 20s and 30s for Sequoia and China Peak because there still could be a little bit of snow later on. 40s for Aubrey, Oakhurst, 38 in Yosemite Valley this afternoon, 58 in Dos Palos, and 58 in Merced. Temperatures tonight in the mid-30s for most of the valley, 39 in Merced, 36 in Madera, 39 in Fresno, 38 in 5 Points. So it's cold enough to produce fog, but if the air dries out, we're probably going to see some frost instead. And the temperatures in the teens for China Peak and Sequoia National Park. And air quality, obviously, thanks to the rain, is good in all valley counties. No big concerns there. Wood burning is allowed. Tomorrow, temperatures will be in the 50s after areas of fog or frost clear. Veterans Day might see some patchy fog, but temperatures could be in the 60s in the afternoon. Not expecting any rain, so good news for celebrations honoring our veterans across the Central Valley, and pretty much staying right around 60 degrees through the weekend and early next week. Not expecting any storms, but we might see some clouds from time to time. Your regional forecast available any time of the day. Just log on to yourcentralvalley.com to check it out. For now, we'll send it back to you.
Well, California residents had 7 different statewide ballot measures to vote on, spanning a wide range of different issues.
Proposition 1 is a statewide initiative to amend the California Constitution to expressly include an individual's right to choose to have an abortion, as well as the right to choose to use contraception. The bill comes in the wake of the Supreme Court's decision to overturn Roe v. Wade this summer. Right now, there is a 65% yes and 35% are voting no. The proposition needs a simple majority to pass.
Proposition 26 is a proposal to allow sports betting and different dice and ball games like craps at tribal casinos and at racetracks in the state of California. And yes, that would end up legalizing roulette and craps. The proposition comes after the Supreme Court overturned a ban on sports betting nationwide in 2018. A lot of states have approved sports gambling in their states, but not so much. Not so much here. Proposition 26, you see right there, soundly getting defeated. No is 70%, over 3.7 million votes. Yes, just 1.588 million votes. This was one of 2 different sports betting measures on the ballot.
Now to Proposition 27. This allows Native American tribes and affiliated businesses to operate online mobile sports wagering outside tribal lands. Right now, it has 17% of the votes are saying yes, and 83% saying no.
Well, Prop 29, it requires a physician, a nurse practitioner, or a physician assistant on site during kidney dialysis treatments. This will require clinics to disclose physicians' ownership interests and report any infection data. So right now, this is another one. You saw a lot of ads, a lot of money being poured into this measure. No is at 70%, over 3.7 million votes, with 42% of the precincts in.
Well,
coming up on Ksee Midday.
Why supplements aren't a substitute for prescribed medication. But first, a look at more election results for state propositions.
Introducing the new overstuffed quesadilla, a warm flour tortilla filled with melty jack cheese and your choice of poblano chicken, chipotle chicken, or savory shredded beef. Indulge your cravings on the go, only at El Pollo Loco.
I was denied my Social Security disability claim, even though I can't work.
I'm so frustrated dealing with the government, and the last thing I want is some faceless lawyer on the phone.
I want personal attention.
Someone experienced
who knows our local legal system
and will fight for me.
When you can't work, the law offices of Robert Ishikawa will fight to get you Social Security disability benefits. Call 559-432-9600. Social Security disability is all we do.
United Health Center's newest location in Hanford is now open on Mall Drive. We welcome you to become our new patient. Our Hanford Health Center is ready to provide the quality health care you and your family deserve. Call us at 1-800-492-4227. 1-800-492-4227 to book your medical or dental appointment today. United Health Centers. Wellness for a lifetime.
We've been doing this a long time. We've seen thousands of auto accident cases. Between the freeways and rush hour traffic, California's roads can be a dangerous place to drive. People get injured every day. In cases of serious injury, remember, your lawyer matters. Your lawyer matters to the insurance company. Your lawyer matters to the jury. And let's face it, your lawyer matters to the result. Choose the law firm with the reputation and experience to win your case. Choose Jacoby & Myers.
You didn't choose cat allergies. You didn't choose your hairline, hot flashes, the flu, or that thing when your knee just gives out for no reason. You didn't choose your bad back, or this, or that. You didn't choose depression, melanoma, or lactose intolerance. But with Kaiser Permanente, you can choose your doctor who works with other best-in-class specialists to care for all that is you.
This holiday season, you do the shopping, the wrapping, and the celebrating. We'll do the cooking. The Family Feast. 8 pieces of our famous pollo, 2 sides, a salad, and churros, all for just $24. El Pollo Loco. Feed the flame.
Health supplements may not help your heart as much as people have been hoping.
Yes, a research study gave one control group a more natural approach and another group prescribed medication. The study shows that the natural methods of supplements like fish oil or turmeric don't provide the same benefit as the doctor's recommended statins. In fact, the prescribed medication lowered cholesterol by almost 38%, while the alternative methods similar effects to the placebo. Well, pollution is causing the ocean life to consume a concerning amount of plastic.
A recent study is showing the largest creature in the ocean, the whales, they're eating as much as 90 pounds of plastic every day. That can mean hundreds of millions of pieces consumed in just one feeding season.
That step is really what is surprising, is that the smallest animals, the zooplankton and krill, these things that are eating very, very small particles, are getting enough in them that can magnify in baleen whales to get these extraordinary numbers. It's really amazing.
The study is one of the first of its kind to utilize drones and high-tech sensors to track the animals' movement and eating patterns. With that information, scientists will be able to accurately analyze the long-term effects of pollution on whales and other ocean life.
Coming up on KC24 Midday.
Tech company Meta about to make some big changes. Massive layoffs soon to be underway. But first, here's some election results from Tulare County.
Papa Murphy's presents How to Change the Way You Pizza. Step 1, grab a delicious Papa Murphy's pizza. Step 2, bake. Step 3, chow down on the deliciousness. Order the limited time Hog Heaven pizza for just $12.99 at papamurphys.com.
I was not confident in my teeth at all before I had braces. I had gaps in my teeth were uneven. Dr. Tom and his team definitely made us feel very comfortable. They did treat me like family. They did treat us like family. I was comfortable to ask them any questions about my teeth, and they would give me an honest answer, and I really appreciated that. I was surprised just of how quick it was. Fast Dental Fresno made it super easy, and in as little as 4 months, I had my dream smile. I would absolutely recommend it.
When I was broadsided by that truck, I didn't know where to turn. Thankfully, I found the injury attorneys at BD&J.
The personal injury attorneys at BD&J have recovered over $1 billion for their clients. Make the call to BD&J today.
Thanks to Les Schwab Tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, deep breaths and watch your speed. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So it's right here.
Don't stress, just save up to $200 on select tires with financing at our Les Schwab Fall Tire Sale. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
KFC has a great deal on a classic meal. The Colonel's Classic, our signature 7-piece meal, is back in just $19.99. Get 7 drumsticks and thighs in your choice of KFC's world-famous original recipe or the Colonel's own extra crispy recipe. You decide, then add a large mashed potatoes with gravy, large coleslaw, and 3 home-style biscuits, and you've got a complete meal the whole family will love for only $19.99. The Colonel's Classic, an original recipe or extra crispy, just $19.99 for a limited time, only at KFC.
At Long John Silver's, feed your sea tooth with efficient shrimp platter. 2 heavyweights of the high seas dipped in our signature batter and fried to golden perfection. Pair your platter with Wisconsin white cheddar cheese bites and ride a wave of melty goodness. Order ahead at longjohnsilvers.com. Fish yeah.
Insurance companies love using jingles to sell your policies, but not A, that's AAA. With affordable auto and home insurance plus America's most recommended roadside assistance, who needs a catchy jingle? Because AAA has coverage confidence.
So you've written a jingle about how we don't do jingles. That's right, Steve.
Outsmart jingles and choose coverage confidence from AAA.
Sounded great to me, boss.
Meta about to make the most layoffs in their 18-year history.
Meta says it will let go of about 13% of its workforce. That's well over 10,000 people. In a recent message to employees, Zuckerberg states that because of the pandemic and overall economic decline, their revenue is much lower than expected. Meta's shares have lost more than 2/3 of their value so far this year.
At Meta, we're focused on building the fundamental technology that will help bring the metaverse to life, whether that's in virtual reality, augmented reality, or the social presence layer across both.
Well, virtual and augmented reality will help the company transition with the sudden loss of workers.
Oh, yeah, so they're just going to make VR people to replace these actual workers?
This will allow the remaining employees to be around the world as needed with the use of the company technology. That sounds like a way to replace the workers that are getting laid off.
Yeah, that's...
And soon you're going to have news robots doing this job.
Well,
augmented reality.
I'm not going to make the joke.
We could just anchor from home.
Yeah, some places they already have news robots. Lego stopping the production of one of its most advanced lines. Built and programmed by both children and adults, the Mindstorm robots are able to interact with its surroundings like fighting or sports, even able to be controlled by mobile apps. Lego says the line of robots being discontinued at the end of this year.
All right, coming up on KC24 Midday.
I was talking about me, for the record. A Fresno state tax looking for some more money to help the college. But first, here's some other election results. We're going to give you a look at Kings County.
Educator? Go to yourcentralvalley.com and tell us. Each week, KC24 News honors one exceptional local educator. They win supplies for their classroom and are added to the Teacher's Honor Wall at Fresno State. We applaud, we honor, we celebrate. Educator of the Week, Wednesdays on KC24. Brought to you by Educational Employees Credit Union, Fresno County Superintendent of Schools, and Tulare County Office of Education.
This holiday, Kelly has two choices. A honey-baked ham that's been slow smoked, hand-glazed, and spiral sliced. Or a Kelly-baked ham. A honey-baked ham or a Kelly-baked ham.
Show me.
A honey-baked ham or a Kelly-baked ham. A honey-baked ham or a Kelly-baked ham. Honey-baked, Kelly-baked. Honey-baked, Kelly-baked. Honey-baked, Kelly-baked. Nobody wants a Kelly-baked meal, not even Kelly. Make your holidays golden, only from the Honey-Baked Ham Company.
So with a Planet Fitness Black Card, I'll get a post-workout glow like that guy?
Everybody knows that you need to glow, you need to glow, to glow, to grow.
And I get a free Amazon Halo to track my fitness and sleep.
Because when you got the glow, there is no stopping what you want to do. Oh.
And I can bring a friend.
It's the way of life.
Okay, sign me up.
Get the PF Black Card for zero enrollment, $24.99 a month, and get a free Amazon Halo View. Ends November 15th. It's glow time.
Got a plumbing leak or high water bill? Contact American Leak Detection, the industry leader in non-invasive, accurate leak detection and plumbing repair services. Our extensive knowledge and specialized equipment mean we'll find your leaks and fix them quickly. If you have plumbing problems, we're on it. From residential plumbing repipes to main water line repairs, even water heater replacements. When your insurance company asks you to call a plumber, American Leak Detection is your one-stop shop. Set up your leak detection, inspection, or plumbing repair today.
United Health Center's newest location in Hanford is now open on Mall Drive. We welcome you to become our new patient. Our Hanford Health Center is ready to provide the quality health care you and your family deserve. Call us at 1-800-492-4227. 1-800-492-4227 to book your medical or dental appointment today. United Health Centers. Wellness for a lifetime.
Now yourcentralvalley.com, pros who know.
By using third-party financing with competitive programs, your new smile can be affordable and easy. Call Better Life today to see if you qualify.
For more expert advice, go to yourcentralvalley.com/pros who know. Local news that matters. This is KC24 News Midday.
Well, welcome back. I'm Ruben Contreras with your midday forecast. Our storm is pretty much wrapping up for the valley, but in the foothills in the Sierra, we still have a few showers this midday. Take a look at our live radar. Some fairly light rain in the foothills of Tulare County, and it is transitioning to snow about 4,000 feet, maybe 4,500 feet. And we saw a little bit of snow in the Fresno County mountains this morning, and same deal for Madera County, and even a few light sprinkles. Speaking of the Tulare County mountains, live picture from Lake Cahuilla from Sequoia Conservancy's webcam. Everything is calm. You can see the clouds off in the distance, but it's stormy up in Sequoia National Park. This is a line picture from the National Parks webcam. That's the yardstick they used to measure snow. It looks like at this elevation, which is about 5,000 feet, close to a foot of snow right there. Of course, there was nothing here just a day and a half ago, and there's the cloud cover over Visalia this midday. We are in the low to mid 50s this midday. Our highs today will be in the upper 50s to low 60s. You'll either see some fog or frost tomorrow morning. It's going to be cold with overnight lows in the 30s and highs once again in the 50s. We dry out for Veterans Day, and looks like we'll spend most of the weekend in the 60s. We'll have next week's forecast in a few minutes. For now, we'll send it back to you.
All right. Thank you, Ruben. While control of Congress remains up in the air, last night's elections did produce historic wins in several races across the country.
Our Washington correspondent Trevor Shirley has more.
Well, both parties say there's a need for more diversity in their ranks, both in terms of representation and age. And at this point, it would appear that both Republicans and Democrats had some success in those efforts during these elections. Amid calls for more diverse representation in Congress, along with a younger bench of politicians, both parties had success Tuesday night in broadening their ranks. In Maryland, Democrat Wes Moore became that state's first African-American governor, beating Republican opponent Dan Cox.
We had one mission, and Maryland, you showed tonight that if we stand divided, we cannot win. But if we stand united, we cannot lose.
Arkansas elected its first female governor, Republican Sarah Huckabee Sanders, who served as press secretary to former President Donald Trump. Her father was previously governor of that state.
I like to say I think my dad's the best governor Arkansas has ever had, one of the best governors the country has ever seen. And I'm hoping to take that title away from him pretty soon.
Republicans succeeded in electing more Latinos to the U.S. House, primarily from districts in Florida. In Vermont, Democrat Becca Balint became the first woman and openly gay person to represent that state in Congress.
I will carry your hopes and your wishes and your stories with me. I will stay rooted in our communities here in Vermont.
And Florida will send 25-year-old Democrat Maxwell Frost to the House of Representatives, the first time a member of Generation Z arrives in Congress. California also elected the first openly LGBTQ immigrant to serve in the House, Democrat Robert Garcia. Republicans also elected other female governors and Alabama's first female senator. In California, Democrat Alex Padilla became the first Latino elected to the Senate in that state's history. He's currently serving in that role right now, but he was appointed to that position by California's governor several years ago. Reporting in Washington, I'm Trevor Shirley.
Here's a look at the major House races locally for District 22 in the U.S. House of Representatives. 31% of the precincts reporting right now. David Valadao with a lead over his Democratic challenger, Rudy Salas. About 400 vote lead right now, but again, only 31% of the precincts reporting there. Now, the new congressional district for 22, we're showing you the map after the results, which is interesting. It includes Kings and Kern County. At a watch party last night, Rudy Salas spoke to his supporters.
And I feel good about the work that you guys have done, about the work my team has done, and I feel good about what's going to happen very soon. We're going to win this.
Now, traditionally, Valadao's races have been tight. The incumbent says this new district map, the redrawn map, made it an extra challenge this time around.
The redraw did change a little bit. I lost all of North Kings County, so I lost Lemoore, and I lost all of North Hanford. So I still keep the part of Hanford that I live in, the south half of Hanford. Added a lot more to Tulare County, which was new territory for both Rudy and myself. So it is a little bit tougher climb, but we still expect to be successful.
In District 5, the House race, attorney Mike Barkley has 40% of the votes, and incumbent Tom McClintock has 60% of the votes. McClintock has served in Congress since 2009.
For U.S. Representative District 13, this is a hotly contested race. A lot of money spent in this race. Adam Gray, an assembly member from Sacramento, or up in Sacramento, now trying to go to the U.S. Capitol. 50% of the vote, the Democratic challenger to John Duarte, a farmer, a businessman. He grows trees, a lot of times grows trees for, say, vineyards all throughout California. Duarte now leading by 203 votes. Again, very slim margins in this race, just 42% of the precincts reporting in this one.
And another major race, District 20 incumbent Kevin McCarthy is projected to win by the Associated Press, beating out Marissa Wood. McCarthy is currently the House Minority Leader. He could become House Speaker if Republicans win the balance of power in the House, which it is looking like they will.
And the new redrawn U.S. Representative District 21, which that includes parts of Fresno and Tulare counties. Incumbent Jim Costa, he is the incumbent there, but again, this district has been redrawn, so it's a bit of a different electorate than he has won in the past. 36,162 votes, so just about a 4,600 vote lead over Michael Mayer. 46% of the precincts having reported Jim Costa with 53% of the vote.
For Assembly District 27, Fresno City Councilwoman Esmeralda Soria, She is in with 50% of the votes, 24,000, just over 24,000. And former Merced County Sheriff Mark Pazin, he's in also with 50% of the votes, but just over 23,000. So it's close right now. Only 44% of the precincts are reporting at this point. So this is one to definitely watch.
District 27 candidate Esmeralda Soria is eagerly awaiting the results this morning. Soria had a big group of supporters in Merced last night, saying she feels like she'll be in Sacramento soon. She keeps going north there. She said she thinks the state budget surplus needs to be looked at and more of the money needs to be allocated to the Central Valley, a region she claims is being neglected in Sacramento. Now, as you probably know, her political career has been as a city council member in Fresno. She held her watch party in Merced. She wanted to let people know that she will fight for the entire Central Valley.
I know that's still early, but I think, we're seeing the trends, that it's very positive, and I'm just excited and honored that I've been able to build an incredible amount of support here in the region, from Merced all the way down to Fresno where I live.
She said she spent a lot of time canvassing in Merced to make sure people know her there, especially because her opponent, Mark Pazin, served as the sheriff there. It's not the first time Soria has tried to win a seat at the state level. She ran for Congress against Jim Costa in 2020. She's hoping now is the time for her to win that platform in Sacramento.
Well, Mark Pazin, though, is staying positive after that long night waiting for those election results to come in this very close race. The former Merced County Sheriff running for State Assembly in District 27, and our team caught up with him at his watch party last night. He says that win or lose, he is proud of the campaign, a campaign promising to lower taxes, protect funding for local law enforcement while creating more programs for the homeless and state water storage. Pazin says that he appreciates how his team has battled through every obstacle.
It's been a long 10 months, a lot of negative ads. We try to keep it positive. I think we did. And we'll see how the electorate responds.
Pazin telling our team his first action, if elected, would be calling the governor and legislature, hoping to appeal the state's gas tax.
Now, a number of local measures are on the line this election, looking to raise taxes to support different parts of Fresno County.
Let's start with the transportation tax, or Measure C. It requires a 2/3 vote to pass. This was the renewal of the half-cent sales tax to fund local road repairs and transportation costs in Fresno County, with 100% of the precincts reporting. Here is where it stands. 58% voting yes, 42% voting no.
That is short of the 2/3 needed for that measure. Measure E, the Fresno State tax, looks to raise money for Fresno State University through the proposed sales tax increase. This one even did worse than the measure we just showed you. It's looking like a no vote. 54% of the no's, with 100% having reported. Now, I want to reiterate, when we tell you that 100% of the precincts have reported, that does not count mail-in ballots that are still coming in. Again, if you had your ballot postmarked by Election Day, you still have a week for it to arrive and be counted.
And Measure M is an 8% sales tax to improve facilities and services for Fresno veterans. It is projected to pass the 2/3 threshold required. Right now, it is at 59% voting yes, 41% voting no. It would raise more than $19 million for 20 years. Well, election results are scrolling on the bottom of your ticker. You can see that at the bottom of your screen. You can also find local election results on our website, yourcentralvalley.com.
Coming up on Ksee Midday.
The Powerball is reset after a lucky winner hit all the right numbers. Brody's so annoyed.
Well, it just doesn't make sense to me. We don't even know who won.
But first,
there's no point in this.
Here's a look at more election results from Merced County.
What are we going to be...
Whoa, check out Scott's Sneaks.
Sweet. Hey, you can win your own. Just go to our contest page at yourcentralvalley.com. Every month, City Stars gives $100 towards your new pair.
Nice.
Check out Scott Sneaks, a new pair featured each week on KC24's Bulldog Insider.
Hey, hun, are you ready to go?
Giddy up, guys.
It doesn't have to be this ridiculous, but it can be this easy. At the Bones Store, we have all of your power recline and power lift needs.
So how is life in that new chair?
Life is great. And you guys?
Never better. The Bones Store, improving the way you walk, move, sit, and sleep.
When choosing a personal injury lawyer, it pays to hire a law firm with a reputation for integrity, trust, results, and 50 years of winning for their clients. We get our clients up to 10 times the original insurance offer. Choose Jacoby & Myers.
Now through December 31st, get a rate as low as 2.49% APR on new car and truck loans. Or refinance your higher rate loan from another lender. Apply online today at myeecu.org.
This is the place I love. There's nowhere better than the place I'm from. I'm living local and I'm loving it. Yeah, this is where my world goes round. I've got my local on. The Central Valley is where I belong. Local news that matters. Turn it on and it feels right. Yeah, it feels like home. I've got my local on. These are my people here. These are the streets and places I hold dear. This is where we get to be. I've got my local on. The Central Valley is where I belong. Ksee 24 is where I go. Turn it on and it feels like home. I've got my local on.
Next, all new Drew. Weird Al! Congrats on this biopic.
It's not a documentary. We're going to start it somewhat true and then just throw all the facts out the window.
The Drew Barrymore Show, today at 2 on Ksee 24. Ksee 24 News is brought to you in part by Barbecue Bob. Now, forecaster Ruben Contreras with your local weather authority forecast.
Welcome back. Still some light showers in the foothills and the Sierra, but the storm is pretty much done for the valley, but the cold air is going to stick around at least for another day or two. So we're going to exchange those stormy conditions we had just yesterday for some fog and frost in the morning. And skies are starting to clear in some parts of the valley, but we still got some lingering clouds, especially on the east side. Live radar this midday show things, well, compared to 24 hours ago, really calm. That very impressive thunderstorm activity yesterday, but some leftover showers in the eastern portion of Tulare County, now moving up into the foothills. And there are still a few snow flurries, say about 4,000 feet or so, but it looks like Three Rivers, you're getting a decent downpour right now. That's the combination of yellow and green you see on our radar. Some snow flurries towards Shaver Lake, even to the north of Oakhurst, Yosemite, Huntington Lake, and China Peak. Speaking of ski resorts, this is a live picture from Badger Pass inside Yosemite National Park. A lot of fresh snow on the ground, probably 3 to 4 feet of fresh snow. This is a live webcam from their website. Of course, Badger Pass relies totally on snow from Mother Nature. China Peak, it's a combination of Mother Nature and man-made snow, but snow from Mother Nature, they're reporting close to 4 feet of snow just from yesterday. Of course, factor in probably close to another 6 to 10 inches from just a few days ago in the storm we had last week. But this is a live picture from China Peak at the deck right there. You can see it's covered in snow. Then notice all the icicles right there along the edge of the roof right there. So it's cold in the Sierra. And here's what it looked like up in Shaver Lake early on this morning. Live picture from Shaver Lake Webcam's website. 168 covered in snow. Shaver probably close to a foot, maybe a foot and a half of snow in the past 24 hours or so. And you see that as you make your way towards the 168 and Dinky Creek Road right there outside the liquor store right there. Then along the decks of some of the resorts right there covered in snow this morning. Here's what it looks like on the valley floor in Tulare County. Live picture from our valley cam at Tulare Outlets in the South Valley. You see a little bit of blue skies, but there's that cloud cover on the east side of the valley. This is looking to the north. And then if you look closely, there's still a bit of a breeze out there. The flags are waving waving off in the distance this midday. A lot of cold air behind it as the system leaves California. It's pretty much wrapping up, and that cold air is going to create some frosty conditions for a good portion of California tomorrow. Even the Central Valley. If you don't see some frost, you're probably going to see some patchy fog tomorrow morning. Futurecast shows a few more showers up in the Sierra the next few hours. Then skies clear for everyone for tonight, and then some clouds move in on Friday. If we can get the cloud cover to move in before sunrise, that would help us out in preventing the frosty and foggy conditions on Friday morning, but we'll see what happens there. We are in the 50s across the Central Valley. It's cool out there this midday, and then some spots are warmer compared to 24 hours ago. Those are the spots with sunshine. Others that are cooler, still dealing with some cloud cover. 58 in Fresno this afternoon, well below the average of 68. Our overnight low is pretty much on track, mid-40s. Of course, that was this morning, but it's going to be a different story tomorrow night. 85 is the record high for today. South Valley this afternoon, if you get enough sunshine, 60s today. That'll be the case in Lemoore, Tulare, 59 in Huron, 58 in Fresno, 28 in Sequoia, 31 in China Peak, 48 in Aubrey, 49 in Oakhurst, and 38 in Yosemite Valley, 58 for Dos Palos, 59 for Los Banos, and 58 in Merced. Temperatures in the 30s tonight, colder than last night, so it's cold enough to outproduce some fog or frost, depending where you're at. Overnight lows in the Sierra, though, in the 20s, even the teens for China Peak and Sequoia National Park. Thanks to the rain, we've got air quality that is good in all valley counties and no wood burning restrictions. 70 forecast shows 50s again tomorrow, mostly sunny skies in the afternoon. We'll see some clouds on Veterans Day, not expecting any rain, so good news for any of the celebrations honoring our veterans on the holiday. A mix of clouds and sunshine for the weekend with temperatures right around 60 degrees. We'll keep that going into Monday to Tuesday of next week. Your regional forecast always available online any time of the day. Just go to yourcentralvalley.com to check it out. For now, we'll send it back to you.
All right. Thank you, Ruben. Our election coverage now continues. So let's take a look at the Clovis City Council. The 3 seats go to the top 3 vote getters. So right now we're looking at Drew Bessinger with 22% of the votes. We have Diane Pierce, 21% of the votes, and Matt Baskal at 20%. 100% of the precincts are reporting, but we told you before that doesn't mean that all the mail-in votes are counted, so this is still something to watch here.
For Fresno Unified trustee positions in District 1, Keisha Thomas, a resounding lead over Wayne Horton. She has over 2,000 votes. He's about 706, and that's with 100% reporting.
And for District 3, Fresno Unified School District, we have Carl C. Diaz. He is at 23% of the votes. Valerie Davis, 48%. Tammy McMahon Gorins at 21%, and Michael Osmer at 9% of the votes. 100% of the precincts reported at this point.
In District 4, Viva Islas is looking to take this one home, or trying to, just up by 25 votes right now over Karen Steed for trustee 4, with 100% in. Still waiting on some more mail-in ballots, so that could really turn the tide here, is that it's just a 25 vote margin.
And in the race for Fresno Unified District 7, trustee James Richard Barr, he is in with 12% of the votes. Susan Reda at 57%, Terry Sladek 26%, Michael Haynes at 4% of the vote.
Now on to Clovis Unified. District 1 trustee Clint Olivier leading 38% of the vote. He has a 2,300 roughly vote lead over Samantha Bauer for that trustee position.
In Clovis Unified District 6, Dina Combs Flores in with 60% of the votes. And Bill Whitmore in with 40% of the votes. 100% of precincts are reporting at this point. One person who is holding a $2 billion lottery ticket right now this morning. We're going to our lottery coverage. Yeah. That person has not yet come forward, so we don't know who they are.
They're just clutching it to their chest.
Yeah.
The winning ticket sold just outside Los Angeles. Dana Griffin has all kinds of information about this. It's a lot of big stuff. Going to give you so much info, even though we know nothing.
After 40 straight winless drawings, someone is taking home the largest lottery prize in history.
This is Powerball.
This morning, one person is holding the only ticket matching all 6 winning Powerball numbers. The jackpot reaching $2.04 billion. A lump sum payout will be more than $997 million before taxes.
Joe Service Center had the privilege of selling the only Powerball jackpot winning ticket.
That ticket sold just outside of Los Angeles at this gas station in Altadena, California. The jackpot so massive, lottery officials had to tape the letter B on the winning billionaire banner.
We've never had to do this.
The historic win came after a technical issue in Minnesota caused the drawing to experience a 10-hour delay. Now, the lucky player is California Lottery's first ever billionaire.
The big question, who won? It is the billion-dollar question, the $2 billion question. We don't know who won.
While no one has claimed the big prize yet, the winner won't stay a mystery forever. California law requires their name to eventually be made public. Still, the advice from lottery experts, lay low before claiming the record-breaking payout.
They need to take their time. They need to slow down. And as I always tell people, wait for the roller coaster to come to a stop before you try to get off.
But the newest billionaire won't be the only one cashing in. More than 11 million tickets won something, with cash prizes totaling $98 million, including 3 more million-dollar winners in the Golden State. The jackpot-selling store's owner, Joseph Shahayed, will also enjoy a $1 million bonus as we all wait for someone to claim that historic grand prize.
What do you want to tell that person who is probably sitting at home trying to wrap his
I love you before and I love you now and I'm going to love you forever.
That's really great.
That is so great. Coming up on Ksee 24 Midday, the weather. Ruben will be with us when we come back.
That's right, we got the weather coming.
At Long John Silver's, feed your sea tooth with efficient shrimp platter. 2 heavyweights of the high seas dipped in our signature batter and fried to golden perfection. Pair your platter with Wisconsin white cheddar cheese bites and ride a wave of melty goodness. Order ahead at longjohnsilvers.com. Fish yeah.
Real talk, kids are gonna kid. And sometimes that can look messier, ickier, and stickier than we'd like to admit. We can't always protect our kids from chewing on borrowed pencils, sharing lip gloss, or wild sneezes. But there is one thing we can help protect them from, and that's COVID-19. Keep your family safer with vaccines and boosters. Find one near you at myturn.ca.gov.
Why are attorneys in Southern California asking you to call them about your car wreck case up here? What do they know about our communities? Call them, and your case may wind up on a beach under a palm tree.
Things are different here. We know our people and how to get you paid.
Here you can talk to us, the attorneys you see on TV.
And cases big or small, we put you first.
Car wreck? Call the Curtis Legal Group.
The heavy hitters.
The heavy hitters are the way to go. Call 1-800-LAW-3080.
When the hands that do the fixing need fixing. When the hands that do the caring need caring. That's a job for O'Keeffe's Working Hands. It's America's #1 selling hand cream and guaranteed relief for extremely dry, cracked hands. Also try O'Keeffe's Moisturizing Hand Soap.
Read my eyes. They tell my story, and the story of Voluminous Original, America's #1 mascara. Creamy formula for 5 times the volume. Voluminous Original Mascara by L'Oreal. My eyes are saying you're worth it.
Our roof got damaged during Hurricane Ida last August. We answered some questions on Angie. Next thing we knew, we were put in contact with our Angie Pro, and then that weekend they came out and we had a brand new roof.
Get started at Angie.com today.
KFC has a great deal on a classic meal. The Colonel's Classic, our signature 7-piece meal, is back in just $19.99. Get 7 drumsticks and thighs in your choice of KFC's world-famous original recipe or the Colonel's own extra crispy recipe. You decide, then add a large mashed potatoes with gravy, large coleslaw, and 3 home-style biscuits, and you've got a complete meal the whole family will love for only $19.99. The Colonel's Classic, an original recipe or extra crispy. Just $19.99 for a limited time, only at KFC.
Ksee 24 News is brought to you in part by Midland Tractor. This is Ksee 24 News Midday.
Well, it definitely rained a lot yesterday. Not as bad today.
No, not so much. And you know who can tell us about it? Ruben Contreras.
Oh, we're not doing the mascot story? Oh, I was looking forward to that. Well, Well, yeah, I'm pretty sure we'll have time. Here's a look at the radar. The storm is wrapping up. A few light showers in the foothills in Tulare County. A little bit of snow out there. Speaking of snow, let's just show you China Peak once again because this is great to look at. They are reporting at least 4 feet of snow just from yesterday alone. Of course, they picked up some over the weekend and last week, and we're pretty much done with this. We're going to be in the 50s the next few days, close to 60s, a mix of clouds and sunshine over the weekend. Look out for fog and frost starting tomorrow.
So also tomorrow, tune in for that mascot story that has Ruben very excited.
There we go. Thanks for joining us. Have a great day.
Honor Valley Veterans. Ksee 24 proudly brings you the Porterville Veterans Parade, honoring patriotism, sacrifice, and service. Live on Ksee 24, Friday at 10 a.m.
Game day has arrived.